Hello, everyone. My name is Janelle Stevens. I'm your local realtor. I want to say hello to my friends in Boston, the South Shore, and my hometown, Randolph. I also want to say hello to those of you who are watching this broadcast, who are watching it live, as well as who are watching the replays. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm hoping that you find value in what we're going to talk about today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to market your home. How to market your home so you get top dollar and less time on the market. Previously, we talked about the do's and don'ts of what you should do and what you shouldn't do when it comes to getting your home ready. Now we're going to talk about what you have to do to present your home and to get it on once you get it on the market so it doesn't sit on the market and to attract the right type of buyers. The first thing that we need to talk about is pricing. Pricing is extremely important in the process. First of all, you want to understand, do not attach any sentimental values when you're doing the pricing of your home. Working with a realtor who knows the area, who stays objective in the whole process is important because for you, you've done a lot of work on your home. And for you, the value might be even higher than it may be for a buyer. And because of the emotional attachments and the years of living there. So one of the things that I would say to you is make sure, one, that you're not pricing the house too high. Two, you're not pricing the house too low. You have to be somewhere in the middle. And that's where comparative market analysis is so important. And when we do a comparative market analysis, we're taking into consideration like home in the neighborhood, and make sure I say neighborhood. If your neighbor down the street, 2 blocks or 3 blocks, is in another town, even though they seem to be a part of your neighborhood, if they're in another town, it makes a difference. It also makes a difference if you're on a main street, if you're in a noisy area, you're next to a school, you're in a community setting. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration. When I sit down with someone, I always ask them, what is it that you're looking for in getting to get what amount are you looking for? And the reason I ask that question is because I always try to work with the number that my seller is looking for, and I want to make sure they're happy. However, if that number is, too low, I'm going to definitely tell them, and I'll explain to them if it's too low, people are going to start thinking something is wrong with the house. And we definitely don't want that. Yeah, if it's too high, no one is going to come. And what you're doing when the price is too high is you're helping to sell the other houses in the neighborhood because the other agents are going to say, this is the best deal in the neighborhood. Look at the one up the street that is being sold for such and such. And you have a similar house right here that's being sold for much less. So let's go to that one. So you don't want to help sell your neighbor's house or, someone else in the community. So you want to make sure it's priced in a way to attract as many buyers as possible. One of the things you also want to do is highlight the features of the home that stands out. For me, when I bought my single family, I love the yard space. As a matter of fact, I go in the yard before I even go inside the house. And I walk around, and if I like the house, the exterior of the house, I know it's just a matter of selling me on the rest of the house. So remember what I said to you about landscaping, making sure that the yard is also in good condition. So you want to make sure, again, that when you're pricing the house, you're pricing it comparable based on the comps and all of that stuff. And you want to make sure you're doing that because a couple of things happen if you price too high. If you price too high, the first 2 weeks is so important when a house is listed. If it goes on the market and it's too high and it sits there for a week or two, as I tell people, the first 2 or 3 weeks is pivotal in getting the best price. So if it sits there for a week or two and you get no one coming in, then you decide to lower the price. Now people are like, what is wrong? Now they're lowering the price. Maybe they're motivated. So all kinds of things go into people's head. So you don't want to start there. You want to get them in, have them fall in love. And if they really like it, and there's enough buyers there that really likes the property, what happens is they bring the price back up. So you would rather have a situation where they come in and fall in love and bring the price back up, as opposed to no one is coming. Say for instance, you want the house sold for 600,000. I might say to you, let's list it for 579 or something like that. And you're like, Janelle, but I really want 600. You may still get that 600, but if you get enough people, enough interest at 578 or 579, I'm sorry. If you get enough interest there, they will bring it back up to the 600. But if you start at the 600, people are like, well, there is no really room for me to negotiate. So my max is 600, so I'm not even going to go because there's going to be other people that's going to go over me anyway, so I'm not even going to waste my time. So you don't want that. The other thing that you want to take into consideration when you're getting your house ready to market is you want to make sure that you have great pictures. How many have you ever seen a house where the lighting is dingy, or there's not enough pictures? I've had buyers who've said to me, I don't want to go to that house. It doesn't look good. And I've insisted, and I'm like, let's just go, because you never know. And we've gotten diamonds in the rough because most buyers are like that. I'm not going to that house. It doesn't look good. So you have less people going, but that's an opportunity. You know, that would be an opportunity for someone else to go in and say, oh, that house was so dark and dingy. And so you have less people coming through, less competition. What I want for you is I want as many people to come in as possible, falling in love with your house and allowing you to get maximum profit in short amount of time. So you want to show off your home. You want to make sure you have professional photography, showing off the house. One of the things that I do with my sellers, I get there 30 minutes to an hour before they have to take the pictures. And here's what I do. I put my sellers to work. Most of the times the house is in great condition, but there are little things that they may not even think about. Like those, the cords, I want to make sure they're out of sight. Things on the countertop, I want to make sure they're streamlined. They look neat, the counter look neat, but there are certain things that the photographer looks for and so the photographer that I normally use, she's trained me well. So I know how to go in and make sure all of those things are taken care of. I go in the bedrooms, the bathrooms, I go every room. I even go in the yard. I go in the basement. I just make sure everything is streamlined and clean. You want a realtor that's going to take that time, not just tell you to do it and leave it to you, or not even show up sometimes for the photo shoot. Or you don't want someone who's going to take their own camera. My camera takes great pictures, but I don't know the angles and all of that stuff to make your home look the best. So you want to be able to show off your home in the best possible light. So you want to have those great pictures. Anything else that you want to learn about how to market your home, please click the link and order the book. First, you're going to get a digital copy. And I'll get in touch with you to get your information so we can get you the hard copy if you want the hard copy. And I am here to answer any questions that you'd like. Again, this is a resource of information. If you're like, I want to do this on my own, or if it help you to realize how much is involved and you want to work with an agent, I love to work with you. And you can just ask me questions. If you're not ready, I'd love to still come by and give you some insights on things that you can do to continue getting yourself ready. Because again, I always say to people, it takes a lot longer than most people think it does. So let's get the process started. Give me a call and I'd love to be able to help you. Take the link and order the book. Also, please comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like what I'm presenting to you? And do you find value? Thank you and have a wonderful evening.